Hey guys, welcome into the show, the Average African Kid podcast. And today we're going to be taking a look at the 2023 elections. And yeah, let's just start with the intro music, shall we? Okay, so let's just get right into it. First of all, I'm in Delta State, and we had some issues today in the election. So, multiple factors have unfolded. First thing first, many Nigerians were not able to vote today, which is very sad. In Delta State, in particularly the South, Warri South local government area, voting did not take place well after 4 p.m. I mean, till now, I don't actually even know if they came in much later, but at 4 p.m., there was no voting. Voters got to their polling units on time before 8 a.m., and what happened was that nothing happened, basically. And the funny fact was that I was there, and I saw it with my own eyes. We all got there. In fact, by the time I got there, many people were already there, and we just sat down for a while, talked around with people. Even when we got there, they thought that, oh, you guys are the INEC officials, right? We were like, no, we're not. We're just here. And that's how things went. We just had conversations with people, sat down for a few hours. By 12 o'clock, we were like, okay, because we got there maybe, let me see, like 10 a.m. Many people had gotten there earlier than us. But by that kind of 12, we were like expecting, okay, no probs. Even if they want to start late, they're going to start by 12. And 12 came, 12 went. 12:30 came, 12:30 went. 1 came, 1 went. And nothing had started. And then the rain came at like 1:30. It's amazing to see Nigerians waiting at the polling booth. I mean, I don't think I would have seen this many years before, because the Nigerians, basically, everybody just sat there and waited. Nobody was in a hurry to go home. Nobody was running away. Everybody just huddled over into some kiosks, the shelters provided by some kiosks, so that nobody was in the rain. They had different spots. Actually, at the far end, there was actually a bar, so some guys were enjoying their lives over there. And that's what happened. We waited in the rain. We stayed there as Nigerians, everybody wanting to vote, obviously. And nothing happened. Everybody was just patient. At a point, we took numbers, maybe like 11 a.m. Another group of citizens came and were like, okay, let's assign numbers to everybody. So we picked our number. We're like number 24. They just did it randomly, like, okay, numbers in this box, pick one, because no one could really tell who came first, and that would have caused commotion eventually. So we did that numbering system. Some people did not like it. Some people liked it. We ended up being like 24, and at least there were 150 names, at least that I know of, so we're probably more than that. Many people didn't even get numbers. They didn't even know we're taking numbers at the time. So after all this happened, we started getting information that, oh yeah, the ballot boxes are coming. We started getting information from other places that they cancelled voting, that they snatched their ballot box, and I'm like, okay, this is what we heard in the past, but why is this so real? Why does it feel so, I don't know, like so sketchy at this point in time? So we heard that, but we actually heard that some people actually voted, even in the same Warri, like maybe like Uye had votes coming in. Different parts of Warri had votes. I know Jedo had some votes, Ubeji had votes, and it was strange that Warri South had no votes whatsoever, which is kind of weird. Especially, I know for sure, like the Ukumagba, those guys didn't have any polling officers show up. No INEC officers showed up at all. We just had one lady there. I don't know who she worked with. She didn't really tell me, but she was clearly an official of some kind, because she would keep calling the officers, the Warri South chairman, the Uye chairman, everybody, and ask them, okay, there are no ballot boxes here. Or at a point, they even had a team of soldiers come with their truck with guns and everything. They came to see what was happening. They came to take pictures and see, okay, there's no voting going on here. What's the issue and everything. So that all came and went, and we just stayed there. We just stayed there for hours. At about 3:30, someone made another call, and the news from that call was actually kind of shocking. What that news was that somebody was literally saying on the phone, I heard them in my own ears saying that, oh yeah, this election is actually very hot in Warri. So they know that if they release the election to go on, Peter Obi would just take it. It's hot for Peter Obi. So they decided to hold back the ballot boxes and all the voting apparel. I don't know what their plan was. Maybe it's to do it at midnight when nobody's there, or at least to wait till another day. I have no idea what their plan is, but what I could get from that phone call was basically that they realized that the people were going to vote for Peter Obi, and then they decided not to show up with the ballot boxes. I mean, I'm going to say that again. They realized people were going to vote for Peter Obi, and then they decided not to show up with the ballot boxes. Now, I mean, there are many ways you can frame that particular thing, but there's something that I just want you to realize, first of all, before you get upset. The fact that people realized that the citizens were going to vote in a particular direction and they were scared enough to prevent the election from happening in the first place shows the power of voting. Now, people have said in the past, oh, your votes don't count and everything's like that. It might have been true in the past, but definitely not true now. You see, people have realized now that if we Nigerians decide that we are going to have our voices speak, our voices are going to be heard. Now, right now, it's not clear who won the election. I know there's been issues here and there all over the country. People have been disenfranchised from voting, touts blocking polling booths, soldiers coming to the rescue. You know all this information better than me, but I'm just providing the own insight on this end. And if this could happen, if they could be scared enough to try and twat the voting of the people, that means the people have some power. And you might say, it's just one word. The word doesn't accomplish much in the voting grand scheme. But clearly they thought otherwise, because if it didn't matter, they would probably just have let things go on. And that's an encouragement for you. So I think the other issue is that in this whole process, everybody stayed behind, everybody waited. It was only after 4 that we decided that we had to leave. People still waited after we did, because at that point, there actually was little prospect of the votes of the ballot boxes coming at 4 p.m. I know people were saying that we should wait. There might be, I still don't know. Maybe we'll find out tomorrow if they actually voted. But at 4 p.m., nothing was happening, and some of us had to leave. Other people stayed behind, which I appreciate. Thank you all for those who stayed. We really appreciate your efforts. Thank you for all those who voted all over the country, those who stood up against oppression. Thank God for a peaceful election. Thank God that things have gone the way they have gone. So we wait and see the results. But this is where things might not be as sweet as we think, because now that the elections went on and many people did not get to vote, many people went home after a long stretch, after frustrations, after not getting PVCs. I believe there might still be some backlash depending on who wins at the election. So keep praying for the country, keep praying for Nigeria, pray for those around you. Right now, honestly, you would think that the election would be rougher than it was. You would think that touts would just overflow everywhere, but I thank God, I thank the Lord that it was calm, at least from what I saw. It was calm. Cars were still moving around throughout the whole election, here and there, but it was calm. Everybody realized that if they brought out that character within them that could lead to riots, then it would be a loss for the whole country. So everybody behaved themselves and did what they had to do, especially, I can speak for at least South. I can speak for Delta at the moment. So I cannot even speak for Delta. I can speak for Warri South from what I saw in Warri South.